not excited for this. I'm so it's bad. It doesn't get better from here, and it's pretty bad here. I just I tried making I wanted to make those really cool buildings where they're sort of connected by like a glass walkway, but then instead of making a glass walkway, I threw on a giant square, and then I said, oh no, too many squares, so I added weird angles to it, and it made it so much worse. And then I said, you know what would make this better? A rock entrance, except I didn't actually make the entrance, I just put the rock on one of the squares. I do kind of like the way it ended up in the end, though, and I did build this from scratch. I used 0 references for this, so I will voice it over, and you can have it. It is on the gallery, but I don't know why you would want to, because it's trash, to be honest. I don't like saying that about myself, but this build is trash in its best form. It's like compostable trash. No, it's similar to recyclable trash, where theoretically I could make something better out of it if I wanted to, if I had the time, the energy, and the creative skills, but also I'm not going to, and I just realized I'm really far away from the mic, so I'm sorry. I will move the mic closer to my face. I also thought, you know what curved walls need? A roof that I don't know how to roof. And so there's just a random glass roof on this for the longest time. I kind of get it in the end, but for the most part, it's just me trying things and failing pretty epically, if I do say so myself. Also, why did I think I needed a door 2 stories up with no ladder? There's a doorway entrance. I wonder. I genuinely wonder at what my brain is thinking when I do these things. I'm not. It's pretty good once we get there, but until we get there, don't trust the process, because the process is absolute. What's a word that is not a swear word? Bullcrap. I don't like that word. It just sounds very. How do I phrase this? Middle American mom trying not to swear at her child, and also probably thinks that swear words are going to send her to hell kind of vibes. That's not the. Anyway, the process is bad. The process is very bad. I want to use this stick shelter so bad, and I should put it in my mermaid build because it would fit really well. There's a giant floating rock. What was I doing? And this was on stream, mind you. I have so many questions for myself. I'm just in debug looking at wedding cake toppers. Why would I put a wedding cake topper on a rock? What if your wedding cake was a rock? Like, not a cake shaped like a rock, but what if your wedding cake was genuinely just a rock? I guess you wouldn't be able to eat it. Unless you were a troll. Do you think trolls have rocks as their wedding cakes? This is going to be absolute nonsense. I'm spinning in my chair. The mic's going to pick it up terribly. If you watch this video and you like it, you're an angel. You're genuinely an angel. But I promised I would do it, so it's here, and it's being done. I also just threw in some boxes for fun and then removed them. It's genuinely me going, how many items can I put in, and then theoretically throw together in an organization that makes sense. And that's the build. Did I explain what this build is? It's supposed to be a plant commune for plant sims. Just process that for a moment. The amount of trees that we have in game and they don't swatch together correctly is infuriating. Why did I put mushrooms in? And flowers. Okay, here's another hypothetical question for you. Do you think plant sims like flowers, or do you think they're more like succulent sims where they go, no flowers for me, but then succulents do have flowers? And then why is the tree for plant sims pink? I mean, you can't even unless you add a mod, you can't even change their hair to pink if you want to. It does not match the vibes. They were probably going for mystical, but if they want mystical, that looks like a fairy tree. Give me fairies, please. I don't even want fairies. Do you know what I want? I want fae. And let me explain why I want fae, because I'm actually going to do this in my next challenge. I want the game to randomly spawn babies in my lot as like changelings, and I have to take care of them. Do you know how interesting it would be if I was playing a game all of a sudden and there's a baby in my house that I suddenly have to take care of? It would be the best gameplay that The Sims 4 has done since we got infants. And mind you, infants are they're kind of still broken. I put mine down in my crib sometimes and it just goes on the floor. But that's fine, because at least it's not an inanimate object. Well, I guess they animate. They're animate objects, but they're objects, because technically speaking, they can't go anywhere without their crib. It's fine. My infants are set to 1 day at this point, I believe. Oh, I did end up keeping the stick thing. Oh, okay. I'm not explaining this build very well. Up in the top, I do end up keeping the 2 squares and then a weird angly thing structure, and then I just hide it very, very well. But up in the top, we have like a mini recreated forest. I put this in, I don't remember the name of the town. The one that came with the bear that's supposed to be like the redwoods or something. That one. Where you can only vacation for some reason. So it's supposed to be a mini like recreation, like sort of place where they have, if it's a commune, I imagine they have meetings. So it's like their meeting area where they gather and they talk about being plant sims. Now that I'm thinking about it, did I even put stairs to get up? I did put stairs to get up there. We're fine. We are okay. I can't pause this, by the way. I do all these in one take, and that's why I sound like this, because I'm worried about the fact that my dog is whining downstairs. I don't know how to pause. I'm just screen sharing my video media player, so if I were to pause my media player, first of all, the bar would go up. And I hate when the media player bar goes up because it breaks my fourth wall. And second, then I would have to pause my recording and they wouldn't sync and they'd get a jittery thing, which you get anyways sometimes when I have to pause recording in cast, but at least in cast it's expected, or in game it's expected that like suddenly I'm going to jump frames. But when I am doing a speed build, it's on 2 times speed, so if I have a weird jump, it's strange. It's very strange. It's not smooth. I don't like it. So what happens instead is saliva fills up in my mouth and I don't drink my coffee in time and I talk too fast and I'm anxious the entire time that I'm going to run out of things to say. Okay, everybody take a breath. We're fine. This wooden thing is going to be where I put up the greenhouse. It is such a cool debug item and I've never used it before and I am very, very proud of my success with it. But I do wonder why they made it so angly. I've never seen it in game, like where they actually use it. So I wonder what it's supposed to be. Because for now, I just turned it into a greenhouse and it's pretty and it's fun. And then every time I think Commune, I think of that A24 film, Midsummer. Oh, I couldn't remember it during stream. It's been like 4 days. Midsummer. When they have that long table and it's like outside, and so I tried to build like a long commune table as well, but it's plant sims, so I made it kind of nice and I put flowers on it. Did I put flowers on it? Yes, I put flowers on it. I should wait until I get to the part of the build to talk about the thing that I'm talking about so that I can, back up evidence visually, but I'm also just running through a bunch of debug items and I think it's boring, so I'm going to tell you about what it's going to become. The other thing that I want in the Sims game, I see this every speed build, but I would like every speed build, like I've done more than 2. I would like for them to give me the option to use the little dropper thing on debug items, because I find one I really like and then I need more than one of it and then I can never find it again and they don't have names and it's very upsetting. And because I build so that I can put it on the gallery, I have to take my mods out, so my better build by mod is gone by Team X. And did I get the big rock already? Oh yeah, so this big rock is what I'm going to use to cover it up. I don't know if it fits into the world that great. but it's what we're going for. And then I tried to put this debug item, because this is my cheat for getting debug items that I want more than one of, is I put them in a house and I upload the, not a house, I put them in a room and I upload the room to the gallery, and then I download the room, and then I have 2 of them. But if you don't quite get enough of it in the room, or if you get the room like covering another part, it doesn't work. So I did it, but I swear it is the most clumsy thing to do when you're building. Don't do this at home, guys. It's terrible. I mean, do this at home if it works for you, but I hate it. It's awful. The other thing I do really like about debug items is that they can go outside the lot. Like, their edges can go outside the lot because they don't take up very many spaces, technically speaking. So I did use a lot of debug items in this, and I'm not sorry for it. Okay. Coffee break / drink your water. Someone complimented me the other day on stream for being good at building, and I was just thinking about this build, and I just started laughing. And I feel really bad now because they had no context, but genuinely, if I don't have a reference, I can't build in The Sims. It's a bad vibes plan, is what it is. I'm so, like, hyper aware of every sound that I make, like if I scratch my head or I sniffle, because this microphone picks up all of it, and I don't know how far to put it away from my face before I sound like I'm in an echoey chamber, so it just kind of gets, you know, when people are performing on stage and they just kind of throw the mic around in front of them with their arm, that's kind of what happens, except I can't do that because my mic is very, very, very sensitive, and I'm not great with technology at this point, so I'm gonna stop moving the mic. It's just fun to fiddle with, you know? I need a fidget toy at my desk. That would be helpful. I have a rock. I'll play with the rock. Oh, okay, so I did end up keeping the plant sim tree because it's just, like, it's a plant sim tree. How can I not put it in the plant sim commune build? But I hated the way it looked, so I threw it over here with some mushrooms, and it's actually going to be a really cute, like, daybed spot at some point because I ran out of places to put beds. So at the end, I put a bed there. And then I wanted to make it a wood build so it would, like, blend in with the world, but there are so many rocks that I made the whole thing this cool concrete swatch that you can sort of see on the right, and I think it looks nice and commune-y, but you let me know what you think. Actually, if it's not nice, don't let me know what you think because it hurts my feelings. I'm just now realizing that the shadows in this game are pretty good because that cross-hatching in the back is, I think, from the glass roof that I threw on at the beginning. And can you hear my voice breaking? Because I can, and I'm gonna try to calm down and speak at a normal tone, at a normal rate, and we will do, it is gonna be fine. Oh, I did rebuild the bottom. I thought I didn't. Wait, does that mean I didn't have two blocks right next to each other? Thank the good dear Lord gracious. But I didn't, I still have that thing at the top that looks like a doorway. I promise I get rid of it. The fun part is when we get to go inside. I spent too long on the outside. I should have just gone inside right away and then built around it. I think that's the way to go. I think you don't build with walls. You just put things together and then you separate the rooms by how you put the things together. I should do a backwards build like that sometime, but then I'd have to do another voiceover. And you know how much I really don't like voiceovers, so we'll see. I will write it down, and if it makes it into my list of things to do, then I will do it. Hold on. What did I call it? Backwards build. But then that sounds like I'm building backwards, like I started from a fully built house and I just started deleting things. So no, not backwards build, like decorate first. Decorate first. Oh, okay. I need to get more plants. More plants would make my life better. I could just watch and stare at them and not look at my screen and be horrified by my builds. Does anybody else have plants in real life, or do you think you only have them in The Sims because they're hard to take care of? Don't worry, I do get rid of that second doorway at some point. it takes up an obnoxious amount of space. And then I'm very mad at the shadows. I know I said they were great, but then I'm very mad at the shadows because I have to fill in that space that I just like hovered my mouse around. But I can't fill it in by putting it on the second floor because it removes it when you're on first floor mode. So then I like had to raise a rock, but if you raise the rock, it's part of the first floor, and then it gets the shadow from the first floor, and then it's a different color than the rock that's actually around it. I tried just putting flowers in there, like they were growing wildflowers, and then I got rid of that idea, and to be honest, I probably should have kept it because they looked a lot better than the weird shading rocks that I ended up putting in there. And they would have been kind of cute and like a nice entrance way to go. I'm guessing when if I play with this build, I don't think I will, but if I ever play with this build, my Sims are all gonna go in the back entrance and ignore this nice little like cave entrance that I made for them. So what was even the point? I also forgot to put bathrooms in it. So if you're waiting for bathrooms, don't be. They're not coming. I end up just throwing together some pea bushes in the back off screen before I put it up on the gallery. I hope I put it up on the gallery at this point. I don't remember. And tell me why I thought it would be great to put palm trees in a forest. Palm trees are for deserts. I should know. I spent so much of my time as a child playing Zoo Tycoon, where you had like the different, what are they called? Ecospheres? No. Tropospheres? It's called something. Ecosystems? I don't know, but arid desert was one, and you could only get palm trees in the desert, and so I would think I would be better at categorizing trees, but I am not because The Sims is not, and my brain can only handle so much information at once. I am actually very smart, I think, technically speaking, based on my grades, but I think I downplayed that a lot on camera, and it's because one time I told someone that I was smart, so I needed a lot of stimulation, and they told me that it was rude to call yourself smart, and now I just feel weird about calling myself smart, and so I do the opposite. Has that happened to anyone else? Is it just me? There are too many rocks. I promised I'd get rid of that rock right there that looks like a wall, but I really like that rock, and it probably should have been the only rock that I kept, but at this point I am committed. I am fully committed to the weird rock commune vibes. I spent so long on that stupid rock to fill in the first space. It looks fine on this side. It's on the inside that it gets kind of messed up. You'll find out at like the end of this build. How long is this video? Do I have to keep talking for a really long time? Because I'm running out of things to say. I haven't even started on the inside. Oh goodness. Okay. I thought it would be a wonderful idea to accidentally hit my reshade button. So it's just gonna stall on the lighting for like 20 minutes here. Well, I guess it's 2 times speed, so what, like 10 minutes here? But that bar at the top is just my reshade application going, you touched something and I didn't like it, and so now everything is dark, and I just kept going, because what can you do except to keep going when things happen incorrectly? Okay, I'm putting down my rock, and the sun is in my face, and it's like hurting my ear, because my ear is getting really hot. Ow. Okay. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't have to wear sunglasses inside. That should be a thing. That's not required. My head is hot. I don't like this. Sorry, you get a lot of tangents if you watch my speed build videos. Don't watch my speed. Oh, I mean, do watch my speed build videos, but if you don't like tangents, you probably shouldn't watch them. Because I run out of things to say, and then I just start talking about whatever comes to my head, and then I get very... There's reshade, it came back up, kind of. Nope, it's still quitting. It's on the part of the bar. Did you know that the bar is a lie? Like, the bar and the spinning wheel that says 80% complete, it's a lie. They just put it there to make you feel better while it figures its stuff out, and then when it's done, it just says 100%, and then it's done. My mom didn't know this, and she was completely disillusioned. She's like, well, why have I been waiting when it's at 80% for it to do the final 20%? It's so that you feel better, so that you're not just sitting there with a forever spinning wheel and you quit the program. It's like, no, I'm making progress. It's fine. It's just, it doesn't really actually count it in percentages. It just kind of moves the bar along so that you feel better. At least that's what I've been told, and a lot of people in my family are software engineers, so, I would hope they would know. Should I be putting my gallery ID on my YouTube videos? Probably. I'll just put them in my about section, and if you know how to use YouTube, then you'll be able to find it. I'm gonna go do that right now, actually. No, because then I'm gonna hit the bar. I'm not gonna hit the bar. My entire goal is not to hit the media player bar when I do these things. There are not enough lights for like non-electrical builds. I think that's what I want to say. What is it? What do they actually call it in game? There's a word for it. I don't know. The ones where you're trying to live off the land and stuff. Those ones, all of these look really fancy and modern and new and metal and stuff, and I don't like it. I want like a giant candelabra. We have a giant candelabra, but imagine lighting this entire commune with a giant candelabra. So I just got the tiny flying saucers, and that's fine, and some shelving. And that's how we're gonna light our build, and then I'm gonna hide some in a log later, but that's an entirely different thing. And then I built these stairs, and I was like, hold on, my mind is going, we built this city on rock and roll, and I just needed to stop for a second. I built these stairs, and I said, you know what would be nice? A platform that meets the stairs. And does anybody know of a trick where I can build into the wall without the wall disappearing when I make it a platform? I just spilled coffee. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it all. Yeah, because I do end up pushing it into the wall, and it still gets rid of the outside wall, and I have to build it again. And I swear, every time I have to build the wall again, it decides that the big entire thing is not a room anymore, and then I can't paint the walls correctly without hitting like 10 times. It's very upsetting. I'm just gonna move the mic back because I feel like I'm yelling. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, and I'm gonna calm down. Okay, we're good. It's fine. This is fine. I do have a coffee cup mug that is just that meme. This is fine, and I should get like 10 of them because I need to have one every time I do these videos. Let's see. I don't really like the downstairs part of this build. It is very like commune-y, I guess. So I did succeed at what I set out to do, but it just, anytime I have a giant open floor plan in The Sims, it does not go well for me. I just fill it in with things, and then when I look at it later, it looks like a child's collage. Oh, I finally am fixing the roof and hopefully removing that weird door area thing. This giant tree was honestly a lifesaver, but it also kept like clipping into my roof, and I couldn't decide, so I move it a lot at this point in the video. It does get moved quite a bit. This is the longest video ever. I don't know why there's not a 3x speed option on my media player, but I don't want to download another application because I am a little bit lazy, and I don't want to find one and deal with it and learn how to use it. It's a lot of work. What should people replace saying with? Because if I replace with breathing, then there's just a really awkward pause. And at this point, it's become a part of my speech, but I don't like it. I know it sounds lazy, and it's not fun to listen to when I watch these back. I do actually watch these videos back. Most of the reason that I make videos is because that I ran out of this one YouTube channel that I really liked watching, and I just want to watch more YouTube videos. I just watch my own videos at this point. And I do it. I have fun watching my own videos, which is funny because I used to hate listening to my voice, and now it's not bad. I don't hate it anymore. This cord goes to, oh, I need this. This plugs into my AirPods. I don't have AirPods. I don't like iPhones. I am one of those people. I am not going to argue with you about it. It's my personal preference. Like, I don't understand why people need to argue what's better. It's everyone's personal preference. Religion and Androids versus iPhones. We don't need to have this argument. Just do your own thing. Do your own thing and enjoy your own life, and we will be fine. I am thinking, though, of making a go find parts of The Sims and make them into tarot cards, and if anyone be interested in that, please let me know. And if anyone would be offended by that, please let me know, and I'll decide based on the amount of votes I get in favor and against. See, I just keep saying the light is hitting my face. I'm gonna have to stop recording videos after this. My head hurts. It's way too hot. The sun is too hot. And I probably shouldn't be complaining, so a lot of people, I think it's like snowing right now, but it's sunny, and I don't like the sun. I like the rain. I could put my hood up. I'm wearing a sweatshirt when it's sunny. I don't think that's a vibe that is acceptable in society. What was I doing in this game? I've forgotten. I stopped looking at the screen. Oh, we came up to the top. I actually really like the way that this turned out. I am just trying to figure out how to light my little forest, but then I finally put in all like the little seats, and we have so many. Here's something The Sims does well. We have so many great seats that blend into like the wild. Does that make sense? The wild. But like we have the bench that is made out of a log, basically. We have a mushroom seat. We have 2 mushroom seats, I think, because one of them's debug. We have a log seat. We have a tree stump seat. I mean, it's amazing. It was an excellent choice for up here, and so I'm quite pleased with this. And then I'm pretty sure that I make the walls like dirt colored because I should have put them all windows, but I wanted it to be kind of like a secret hiding place. It's weird to have just a glass building in the middle of the forest, so I put a few windows on this side, and that's it. And then I put a tree kind of like on the top where that weird doorway thing kind of used to be. And so at some point at the end I have to come back and add the door. So here's my like red flag in The Sims. Not red flag, beige flag. I don't know what the flag colors are anymore, to be honest. Could someone please educate me? But my flag of some variety and color is that I think too hard about how things logically should go. I put a tree up on the roof, so I had to make a door because I thought, how are they going to water the tree? But nobody waters trees in The Sims. It's like when I put socks on my Sims that have tennis shoes. They don't need socks. They don't care if they have socks. But just, or this, like, technically speaking, they're not gonna fall off the stairs. They're not gonna fall down the stairs. They don't need railings. They're fine. But my brain goes, a human would need that thing. So then I logically put it in my game because it's a simulation game. It's supposed to simulate the real world. Look at all these things that are rocks and tree stumps, and they're technically chairs as well. I love it. I do appreciate things that aren't the things that they look like. Does that make sense? Like they look like one thing, but they function as another thing. There's a word for that. I'm not great at words when I'm thinking on the fly. It doesn't go well for me. So if you know the word, please let me know. Anytime I can't think of a word on a video and you know the word that I'm trying to think of, I would greatly appreciate you telling me, because I think about it for like the next 4 days until I figure it out. All the mushrooms are so delightful. I do rearrange. Don't worry. I don't leave those seeds there. See, I'm moving them. I make a nice ordered system. I'm good at decorating for the most part, but this was just it was a bit out there, this build. It was not ahead of its time. It was not behind its time. It was wrong for every time. It was wrong for every time should just be the title of this video, but that's okay. You know, I mean, you can be right for your time, you can be wrong for your time, and you can be wrong for every time, and then that's your existence. These little trees too, I had such a hard time. I wanted to add more, and then I couldn't find them in debug. They are part of generation? No, what is it called? Not getting together, not generation. Whatever San Sequoia came with. That's where these trees came from. Because I always see the icon for it, and it's like a little house. And I think the little house is Tiny Living, and it's not Tiny Living. The icons on The Sims could be much better collocated, but that's okay. I think The Sims needs an occupational psychologist, but we get what we get. I do love The Sims. I have so much fun playing it, and I haven't thrown it away. So I think that that's a pretty good compliment. 4 out of 5 if you can't throw away your game and you just keep playing it. And then I just tried to hide some lights. I swear, I thought we had a tree lamp for the longest time. It's like one of those, not Murphy's Law. What is the law? The guy that went to prison in Africa, and then a lot of people think he died before he did. It's when your brain creates false memories. I will Google. No, I can't. Oh, I couldn't do it on my phone. Hold on. I will Google this one because it's not abstract. It's a weird one. It starts with an M, so let me think about this. When your brain makes up a memory, what is it called? Not the amygdala. Not confabulation. Confabulation is a memory error consisting of the production of fabricated or misinterpreted memories. Hold on, I need to write down this word. I like this word. That's not what I'm talking about, by the way, confabulation. But confabulation just sounds like fabulous, and I need to, I don't know, I just need to keep that word. Okay, not that. Okay. False memories by many people in society. It's on the tip of my tongue, I swear. The Mandela effect? Mandela effect? What was his name? Anyway, it's a collective false memory, and that was what I was talking about. And now the top part's almost done, and yay, because this video is almost over and I can stop talking, and that would be really nice. Oh, and then I just genuinely wanted to hide this part of the wall, and I tried so many trees, and I should have gone with that one, but it clipped into the roof, and I had a whole rule about things not clipping, even though it doesn't matter, because technically speaking, it still works. But, you know, I try a lot of trees. I think I settle on the first one I tried, too, so just goes to show, like, go with your first instinct. Most of the time, I'm pretty sure it's correct, because your brain goes, okay, this is the most likely thing, and then you try it, and then it is correct, and then you doubt yourself, and you don't believe your brain because it can't store all the information at once. Can you tell I've been looking into psychology? I don't know where that book went. Okay, well, interesting. I should have put a bookshelf in this game now that I'm thinking about it. This white tree is lovely. I should have put it in. Maybe that's the tree that ends up going outside. Is it? Is it? Yes, it's the tree that goes outside. Is this white tree with the flowers. Trees are expensive in real life. I bought a tree recently and it was like $200. Is that expensive? It's expensive for me. I don't make a lot of money. Okay, I am reorganized and I'm doing great. Am I just getting the other tree? I've already forgotten what I was doing. I'm pretty sure I put in a wall, like a stone wall from Jungle Adventure. But I'm going for the tree again, if I am thinking correctly. I try a lot of things. You have to give me credit. I try almost everything in this build. I genuinely wonder at how successful, like if I put it in a percentage of the amount of things that I tried in this build, how many actually made it into this build. I'm not going to count that, but I'd like to know. I put grass there, if I remember. Yeah, look at me. I put grass there. The grass is kind of funny because from the side it looks great, but if you go from like the top down view, it just looks like a bunch of lines going in weird directions. And then I think I just keep checking for clipping a lot in this part. This is a long video. I have like 12 other things I remember putting in this, and we have not made it there in the slightest. Have I not? Okay, I picked that tree. It is not the tree I first picked, so I guess I have to take back what I said, but do I keep that tree? I like that tree. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore at this point in the video. What are you doing, past self? No, no, you're just doing lots of. Okay, well, I do keep that cart, so I guess it's worthwhile. I put that one down. We get bees too. Definitely not till the end of the video, but I put some bees here because what's a commune without like a little bee hutch? I don't know. Plant Sims. I feel like Plant Sims in the game should have had more powers. One of their powers should have been that all the bees like them because bees like plants, and it makes sense. I would like to request that from either the Sims team or someone who knows how to make mods. Can you make it so that the Plant Sims are friends with all of the bees right away? That would be a great superpower, please and thank you. I actually just got the expanded mermaids pack for the mermaids because they're kind of boring if you play with them normally. But spinning plum bombs makes the best mods for adding occults into the game, and so I'm trying to decide too if I want to add his fairies into our occult series. But I wouldn't be able to do it probably till the end because I want to get all the regular occults in game as well. It's so hard trying to decide if I want to use CC in my videos because then I can't really put them on the gallery and give them to you guys. But also then they look pretty. But this one I don't have any CC, so if for some god-awful reason you want it, you can have it. I did find the trees. You see, I found them, and they have that's the little icon that I'm talking about. What is the icon for tiny living? Is it a house? My legs hurt. Hold on. Okay. What was I building? Oh, I was trying to save the trees to the gallery. I did not succeed. For some reason, it just straight up would not save them. I spent so long. Look, it's just like an empty room. I don't understand. I just quit. I gave up at that point in the build. Did I cut off? Oh, I'm so sorry. I cut off the arrows for going backwards. Well, technically speaking, it does look prettier this way, but you can't really see my mouse go up and do the things. Oh, yep, here you get to see me struggle with the rock. I struggle with the rock many times trying to fix this part of the build. It does not succeed in the slightest. I don't. The shading is just wrong. There's no way to fix it. I tried my best. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I changed the bed. Yeah, I changed it to like the cool Japanese style one. And then I put in some plants up there, and then I was trying to decide if I wanted to put a gate on the side because theoretically the Sims could fall off, but realistically they technically can't. And I'm pretty sure I ended up putting just the plants as the barrier. Can Sims walk into plants? I don't think they can. But it just looked really weird to me with like a half wall or a gate, a fence. That's the word I'm looking for, fence. I don't know why it did that down the middle, but if this platform had been bigger, I could have put that weird plant thing. Bush? Is it called a bush? Anyway, I could have put it in the middle and the beds on each side, and I think it would have been really pretty. But the platform was not bigger, and I didn't want to move the stairs, even though I probably should have because they're like in the middle of the living space. But that's okay. We added a cactus to say no, it's sharp, don't fall here, and then I removed one of the beds and I put it downstairs. And so I guess only 4 Sims could technically sleep here unless you count the outside living area that I made, which I might not even get to because I'm getting tired and this is like already a 40-minute video and I think that's absolutely insane. Should I skip ahead? I could skip ahead, but you guys are gonna see the bar. Is it worth it? I think it's worth it. Hold on. You're gonna have to see the bar. Oh my gosh. It would be an hour long. No. Let me see from here if this is any better. This is just me trying to light this thing. Do I give any sort of playthrough here? Here's the bottom area. I started putting candles and stuff in the weird cave area. So you can see, look, there's my kitchen I made. There's the other bed space I made. There's the wall art I put up. There's the rock with the weird shading right there. It's right there. There's the outside area with the table. And I have some patches for soil. And I'm gonna put the bed here, and then I swear I'm gonna end the video because I'm done. I quit. I can't do this anymore. Okay, so that's basically it. It looks better. I don't know. It looks slightly better on the gallery. If you want it, you can mess around with it. But there you have it, Plant Sim Commune. I should not make things that come out of my brain. I should always get research references. I'm just gonna. You had to see the bar in this one, so I'm sorry I broke the fourth wall, but I just buy.